Broken. Don't owe you an explanation. Broken. Don't owe you an explanation.
Energy. Hello and welcome back to the TeenTok show.
Wow.
This is TeenTok brought to you by Aloud, Gambia. I'm your host. Oh, the energy is given. I'm your host, Blessing Nathaniel.
Wow.
And with me I have two panelists. Unfamiliar face and the familiar face on the show. So we'll start with the unfamiliar face. Please introduce yourself, Miss.
Hi everyone, my name is Natasha. I was a Colati. Yeah, I'm a team builder from Ghana.
Wow.
Shout out to Ghana, to Reverend KK. Shout out. And the familiar face.
Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel Aqua.
Hi.
I'm from Gambia.
You're familiar with the face,
I'm from Gambia.
the annoying face. Okay,
Wow.
yeah. So, as I always do, I care about my panelists, at least some of them.
Some.
Yes, so we ask.
Let's go.
So the question I'm going to ask you right now is, how was your day today?
My day was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, my day was interesting. I moved around a lot. I met new people today.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was
Me
the
being
highlight
one
of
of
my
them.
day. I think so. Yeah, blessing. Yeah, I think that was how my day went today.
So it wasn't like stressful and just interesting.
Was it stressful? Apart from the sun.
The
Yes.
sun.
Yeah,
Gambia
I was
is-
working inside the loads.
It's not the same as Ghana, eh?
Gambia is
I think it's very similar.
Yes.
Yeah, very similar.
Wow.
How was your day?
My day has been fine. I know you don't want to ask me what you asked.
I'm asking. No, I said bro, answer the question. How was your
My day
day?
has been fine. I've been eating a lot. Yes. That was this.
Eating a lot.
Yes.
Where is the food even going? It's not showing.
Please, I've been eating a lot, please.
Okay.
Have you tried our food?
Yeah, I think I've tried Benachin.
Wow.
I've tried Tapalapa. I think that's my favorite. I keep on
Tapalapa.
saying it. Yeah.
Overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated.
I think compared to the other breads I've taken,
Maybe
is
it's
it
overrated.
ECOWAS or something?
Hey,
And then,
ECOWAS.
Just ECOWAS.
there's one called ECOWAS.
Is it same food? Me, I don't
And
know
then there's
same food.
that one says
Simple.
the sinful or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
not so good.
Have you tasted Domoda? You've not tried Domoda?
No.
The mother is my favorite
Try Domoda.
Gambian
You
food.
tried Domoda. Domoda is...
My favorite Gambian food, the
Sure.
mother.
But I think I've tasted. I really like the granite stew.
That
It's
is
very
Domoda.
similar to.
Domoda.
That's okay.
This is
Okay,
the
sure.
rice with garros.
Yeah.
Domoda.
That's the mother.
I see.
You don't like that one?
I like it because it's very similar to what we take back at home.
Wow.
So, how was your week?
My week.
Yes, since you're on missions. So,
My week was very productive.
Wow.
Very
Lovely.
productive. Everything that we're supposed to do, I think we really did it very well. Yes, I think it was very productive.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely. That's lovely. How was your
My
week?
week has been fine. It's been really good.
Yes, you've been going around
I've
annoying
been
people.
walking around
Annoying people.
and spreading joy.
Okay, my day has been, let's just say I've been sleepy.
Wow.
I don't know,
Wow.
it's not like I'm always sleepy. I'm actually very, very active, but I've been sleepy. I didn't even do anything today. Apart from the show, I don't know why, I'm just sleepy. Maybe it's just the week. Because the week has been interesting.
Wow.
So you've had enough rest.
Yeah.
I've had enough rest. No. I haven't had enough rest. So it's not great. I can tell you that. Because I'm one person that I take sleep very, very seriously.
Wow.
Sleep is very, very serious to me.
I agree.
I agree.
Hey, you've been sleeping.
Well, I've not been sleeping, but
Exactly.
It's because you don't sleep.
I agree
That
with
you
the fact
know.
that sleep is very
Oh,
important.
it's
Very important.
Yeah, it is.
Because I feel like if I don't have enough sleep, the next day is already messed up for me. My head is not complete. Unless God helps me,
Oh yes.
I don't think I can do anything. So my week has been interesting, not great, just interesting. It's yet to be great, but by God's grace, to be great for the end of the weekend.
Amen.
So on this show, like always, I always introduce you to the fact that this is TeenTok, where we answer mind-boggling questions that you guys ask us. We answer them to the best of our ability from God's perspective. I like that part.
That's very important from
That
God's
is from God's perspective. We answer it not our own perspective,
Exactly.
from God's own perspective. So, As always, on every episode, we have mind-boggling questions that you cannot ask your relatives or your friends or your parents. We answer them here. So today we have one of those mind-boggling questions. So I said this before. I'll say it again. Some questions are very funny, but reasonable. They're always very reasonable. That's one thing. They can be funny, but always very reasonable. Some of them, I wonder why they're being asked. Yeah, no, but then I wonder why they're being asked. But I always when you would dig deep into the question, realize that okay, this is actually something that a lot of people actually have going on in their heads because our generation is
Interesting.
no, I would never say messed up,
But it's interesting.
but it's interesting. It's actually very interesting. Our generation. Sorry, you guys' generation. I'm not a generation. I'm a millennial. They are Gen Zs. Exactly. So our generation is interesting. So these kind of questions, they make me wonder. They make me think. But then for a good cause, because then I can answer your question and then I can help others and also help myself.
Yeah.
So the mind-boggling question of today reads, I've been hearing that we shouldn't date someone for a long time. But what if I love him now and want to marry him in the future? See why I say that some questions you wonder why they're being asked, but then when you dig deep, you realize that people actually have this mindset. So
that's true.
what do you think of the question,
Yeah. So,
Natasha?
hi again.
But I think I said it for a second. That's why I was like,
Natasha. You can call me Awu.
I was about to call you Esther.
Yeah. So this question, kindly repeat it.
The question says, I've been hearing that we shouldn't date someone for a long time, but what if I love him now? I want to marry him in the future.
I think if you love him now, you might as well just wait for the future before you start dating him.
Straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. That's how I see it. So, I mean, first of all, you've been hearing. You've been hearing, right? So where have you been hearing it from? Like, what's your source of information?
Wow.
Yes.
Let's start with that one. And let's say you've been hearing it from your friends. Like, what have they been doing that you decided to see that, okay, maybe they are dating for a very long time and it looks good to you? I think that's the first question you should ask.
It's all in your mind.
Exactly.
And you are honest.
Yeah. So I really believe that if you like something, if you are ready to really put effort into it, then you have the patience for it. So you're saying that, oh, you really love the person and you want to marry the person in the future. Sure, that's great. That's very powerful. Interesting. But at the same time, if you decide that, oh, you want to marry this person, you might as well just wait for the right time. If you want to start dating right now, so that's going to be like how many years? You're going to be dating for how many years? And then in the dating, what will you do? As a Christian, the dating that you're dating, what's going inside the dating?
What is being behind the dating? Are you dating for marriage or are you dating for... I will not say it.
Exactly.
But you're smart, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
So thank you, Natasha.
Maybe this person has seen one boy and he's like, this boy, dear, I cannot leave him. See that kind of thing? They'll be like, no, this boy, if I leave him, I'll die. You get it? Or as I heard this story that the girl said she can't leave the boy, and they asked her why. She said, he said if I leave him, he will die. She was like, he said if I leave him, he will die. So I cannot leave him. If I leave him, maybe he will die. I don't want him to die.
Sorry, is it just, am I inhuman for like, if somebody said they would die and I don't care? It does not make me inhuman if I don't care. Because for me, I honestly think I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less.
So yes, I think I second with what she said. That if you really love the person, do you love the person enough to wait for him? Do you love her enough to this thing? Because the last, if you think about it, marriage is just two friends deciding to do
Stay
something
together forever.
Some marriages are two friends.
Marriage is two friends.
That's
That is what marriage is.
That is not what marriage is, though.
A consenting
I said
man
some of
and
them.
consenting woman.
Yes, that's what marriage is supposed to be.
Yes.
But then it has not always been that way.
Okay, marriage is supposed to be two friends who decide to stay together forever and ever.
Ever till they
Yes.
die.
You get. So if you just meet someone right now, you'll be like, oh, I like this person, oh, let me just start dating him. I don't know, they realize that when you guys break up, your friendship also goes along with the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will not talk.
So
That's very.
You just kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yes. I start with the fact that if you really love the person, you can love. If you should love the person enough to wait for the person.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Bible, Jacob, how many years did he wait just to marry the one that he loves? I mean, you might as well just do that. If you really, really want the person, you wait.
Exactly. You've heard a tip of the iceberg of this question. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue.
Broken. Don't tell you an explanation.
Hello and welcome back to the TeenTok show.
Welcome back.
Hi. Hello. Hola.
You see the way she said hi? That's how I say hi.
Yours is weird.
I'm not
Hers
complaining.
is cute. Yours
He's
is
copying
weird.
me.
Okay.
Yes. So, send in your comments and your questions to the Teens Aloud social media platforms. Teens Aloud Gambia. No space on all our social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and as I've heard on WhatsApp.
Who is
Yes.
on WhatsApp? She said I've heard on WhatsApp.
I've heard on WhatsApp. It's also on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Also like, you know you're a science student, but anyways, I rest okay.
Mind you.
Yeah, so please if you're a science student out there, use him as a reason to learn English better.
She said,
I'm sorry.
you see, I got you. You'll be attacking me on the show. I got you. She's a science student.
Then you're now. I'm going to start attacking you too.
Oh,
I couldn't care who the person was. If you messed up, dude. So, like I said, send in your comments and your questions. And because you guys do that, all thanks to you all and God, we have spicy comments for every question. And as always, we read the spicy questions. So, the comments are here. I shall read them, and you shall listen.
yes, please.
Yes.
And we shall comment on what the comments are commenting on.
You're listening.
Yeah, so the first question says, where have you been hearing?
Where have you been
Ask the
hearing?
question.
Is that
Where have you been hearing?
Where have you been hearing?
Hearing
From your
for
friend.
what?
I think the person
From their
from their
friends.
friend.
Yeah.
I think that's
Or maybe
that's where it
even
always
social
starts
media,
from.
because social media too is messed up.
Yeah.
So what's honey? That's your hearing.
The
Please.
sort of information that you are taking in.
Information.
Your ears, you be careful what you hear. So the next comment says, if you feel marrying that person is the right decision, then do so. With the laughing emoji. You see, even they are laughing. No, it's not like you're mocking me, but I think at this point you know what we're trying to tell you. That's I believe you're a smart person. The fact that you can ask this question means that you're smart. So the person is saying, if you feel marrying that person is the right decision, then do so.
Go ahead.
In the future, when you think marriage is valuable, you reconsider whether you still want to marry that person. See?
Pause. Wait.
What?
I think
It's
I
glitching.
think the person should start looking at the reason why the person
Who
wants to get married.
Yeah,
first
exactly.
Is it because it looks so cute on Instagram?
Because the guy is handsome.
Because if
Because
you
some
hear a
people
lot from
too.
the elders around
Yeah.
us, they'll tell you that marriage is not easy.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot that goes inside
Yeah.
marriage. So I think the person should sit down and look at what marriage is about.
And I feel like even you can look at your own background, like your parents as well. Obviously, I feel like at some point you've definitely seen your parents argue and have some fight or quarrels or whatever. That alone should tell you that marriage is not easy. You should be very prepared to go through these things with your partner and still come out strong and still come out married.
Yes.
Like I've said before, I say to people that are dating or that want to marry, no, because I find it funny because these people are children. So I've been telling to you, it takes 2 to get married. It takes 3 to stay married. You entering the
Wow.
That's very interesting.
because the temptation will come at temptations and trials. Let me say trials and temptations. So if these things come, will you end up remaining strong and firm as someone that you know that yes, or will you break up? Will you divorce?
I think it still leads back to why you are getting
Why you're getting
married.
married? Are you getting married for looks?
Yeah, get
Are
married
you
to say,
getting-
"Oh,
So cool.
And you know, I have heard people say that they're looking for a handsome or beautiful partner because of their children. They cannot give birth to monkeys.
be there."
They play because it's fine face that will raise your
I
children.
think they like the matching outfits.
Yeah,
the matching
exactly.
outfits. I think that's what
exactly.
they want.
They are going to it for looks.
Please,
How does it look?
fine face will
Yes.
not raise your children. Let's put it there. So you need to get your set your priorities straight. You need to know why you're getting married in the first place. So the next comment, says a relationship can last for long, but depends on whether both parties have similar goals. The person wrote something here that I cannot read. Na Manelewana.
It's Kenyan.
Yes, Swahili.
Shout out to my
Shout out to
Kenyan
Kenya.
people.
Kenya. The person, a relationship can last for long, but depends on whether both parties have similar goals. So, yes. What do you think of the comment?
Well, when the person says similar goals, is it like, okay, maybe at the end of marriage, you want to every day travel out of the country? And then you also want to always stay inside the country, or I don't know, something of that sort. It's going to be like, people have completely different paths. So in the end, you end up not seeing each other, not talking to each other for some time. And then it's going to be a whole thing. I think similar goals in the sense that I think that conversation is very important to have, especially when you're dating.
Yeah.
You have to sit down and know your interests, what exactly you want to do maybe in the next year, in the next 2 years. Like, you want to know
what your plans.
Exactly, what your plans are. And if you feel like, oh, I can survive with this, then sure.
Yeah.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you need to start doing it.
Exactly.
I've been spilling bars. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so like I said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You have to plan those things, set those priorities, those important things. Because this is the kind of things that if you now get married, this person has a different purpose, you have a different purpose.
Yeah.
Or if you're not if your marriage is not built on Christ, this is where cheating comes in. If the man's always traveling out, or you're always traveling out, you don't have time with your partner, you now feel, do I say deprived of your whatever, do I say sexual, whatever, then you now enter cheating, which now ruins, most of the time, ruins your marriage.
Yeah.
So, honey, please, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. So, the next comment says, I still highly recommend Jesus Christ in the relationship.
Thank you.
Exactly. It takes 3 to stay. So, that is the center of everything, in fact. It's just the center. It's supposed to be the center of your marriage, center of your relationship.
Exactly.
So, the next comment says, because we have plenty comments. Like, thank you guys though, but this is comments. Oh, because if the Lord is not in the middle, it will end in premium tears.
Premium tears.
Not normal tears.
Premium tears.
You know what premium tears is? Like, you cry. Your cry will fill up buckets. I'm like, oh wow, seriously, honestly, because you realize that many people end up breaking up. They're not like in the right relationship. You break up, person has heartbreak, but this person has fallen into depression. Some of them have taken their lives. You ruin your life because of I feel like I cannot really my life because of it. Like my life, I was built. That's why somebody by the name David said, you need to find your purpose first. If you don't know your purpose, you don't know what you're supposed to do, you go chasing.
Is it David, the missionary David?
Yes, the missionary David.
Which missionary David?
His name was David. Missionary David.
Yes,
it's David. Why are you stressing me?
I was trying to trap you. No worry.
See, it was
trouble for you.
I will attack you there.
Sorry.
See, this is what science students do. Don't stop people.
Wow.
Hey, sorry.
Like that.
This kind of science students, some of them are okay. These are the okay ones. Okay. Okay, so the person said, you end the premium tears. You start crying 2 buckets, filling up buckets, you go and throw it away. You come and make another bucket for you to cry. We don't have the strength to cry buckets. So please be careful what you're trying to do, what you're entering.
Yeah.
You cannot start what you cannot finish. Please don't start what you cannot finish, because it doesn't end nicely most of the time. So the next person says, this person is clearly infatuated. I highly recommend the test of time, because if God didn't say anything about depending on one person, the lady is wasting away. This is
That's very harsh.
no, but you have to say it the way it is, because you're actually wasting
your
away.
time.
You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy.
Yeah.
Energy and time, they're very, very important things. The time you can use to build yourself, your relationship with God, you can't waste it on man.
The 8 years that you used to wait for the man to get married. I used to do something.
And you know what the worst part is? You're waiting for 8 years. At the end of those 8 years, you might still not even end up getting married.
Oh yeah. There was this friend I had. There was this friend I had. Yeah, he was dating this girl, I think for 5 years plus, and then he was going to school. You get, and then he was not really stable like that. You get. So anytime they sent him money, he used to take care of the girl.
Wow.
Oh, the girl's phone was spoiled. This boy will sell his phone.
Just like that.
Just like that.
After all the money you spent.
Charlie, she traveled.
You
She
give my
said,
money back.
and you know what she told him? You are not at my level. Charlie.
After all the money.
After all the money. 5 years, 6 years. You get.
And
You get.
it is now like, you see, this sometimes it doesn't just happen to girls. Even the guy now, because now the man too now jump from marriage to work.
Yeah.
Just start playing with girls and breaking their hearts, even if those people are not. So please, man, be careful what you do before it affects other people as well.
Exactly. Because he'll take the anger from you into his next relationship.
Hey,
Someone that is innocent and actually ready for marriage.
Yes.
You go and break somebody's heart.
Exactly.
But I'm too now. Like, honestly, please, Gen Z generation. Una generation.
Why are you addressing
I
that?
shocked.
Because people are
I
Gen Zs. Am I a Gen Z?
I
I'm another person. You should not joke with me. I'm in my 20s. You guys should not share that. So I'll just say I'm in my 20s. You know my exact age. So, yes, I'm in my 20s. These people are the teenagers. Exactly. So, we've read the comments. Well, now, you see one thing that I've always loved? We have 2 segments on this show. 2 very interesting segments on the show. The first one is the question and answer segment. The second being the quiz segment.
Wow.
The quiz segment was once my favorite segment because of the
Until she
gifts.
lost. Until she lost.
I never lost.
Until she didn't get the present. But it's fine.
Yes, because you guys did not give it to me.
Because you didn't win it. But
I
let's
won.
Move on. Let's move on.
I'm not you there.
Another story. It's the same another day.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly. So it was once my favorite segment, but now my favorite is the question and answer segment.
Wow.
Because then we break the question, we answer the question to the best of our ability from God's perspective.
Wow.
So we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll dive into the question and answer segment.
Let's go.
Wow. Okay.
Broken. Don't owe you an explanation.
Hello and welcome back to the TeenTok show. I'm your host, Blessing Nathaniel. We're your panelists. We have Natasha from Ghana and Emmanuel from here, Gambia.
From Gambia.
Yes, from the unfamiliar face and the familiar annoying face. Yes.
I think you really offended it.
I don't know what.
Yes, offending many people. You know this guy.
I don't know what I did to bless you. Though.
You will know. Just wait. Don't worry. Go and pray. God will tell you what you have
You
done.
should really apologize.
I'll buy you biscuits.
Because I'm 3 years old. Okay, so we have reached my favorite part of the show. One of the most interesting parts of the show, the dive into the question and answer segment.
Let's go.
So,
I'm excited.
Yes, we're all excited.
He said
In
excited.
Emmanuel's words. We're all excited.
Let's go.
Yes, so before we do that, I'll reread the question. We reread the question, then we'll dive in. So the question says, I've been hearing that we shouldn't date someone for a long time. But what if I love him now and want to marry him in the future?
Wow.
Yes, Madame has been hearing. She's been hearing.
Been hearing. Where are you hearing from?
What are you even? I don't know. Who is even telling you? Anyways, so you heard the question.
Yes, please.
What do you think of this question?
I think that the person genuinely wants an answer. I think it is something that the person is in
Yes.
and wants a solution to.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And I think that God is obviously the center of your life. God is the center of your life. And if you know that and if you acknowledge that, then you follow what he says. And you know how much patience is a virtue. And you know how much patience is so important. So I'm really advising you that just be patient. Do what you are supposed to do. When you are stable, you will know that it is time for you to get married to the person.
Yeah.
But for now, manage your cash. And just wait.
Cash management.
Just
Cash
wait.
management.
Yes. Very important. Yeah, so that's what I think.
What do you think of the question, Emmanuel?
Alright. For me, I think I still want to stand on the patience thing.
Yeah.
Because, Charlie, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think about it and I want to ask, why are you in a rush? Like,
Where are you running to?
what's the
Why are you
rush?
running?
What's the rush,
Why
Charlie?
are you running?
You get. So I personally think that the time you're putting into having a relationship and everything, you could really put into building yourself.
Finding your
You
purpose,
get.
for example.
Because Charlie, let's say if you really build yourself right now, you really build a relationship with God right now, really build something for yourself, and you end up getting married. You're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it for yourself.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, when things come, you find yourself that you're actually strong enough to stand it.
Yes.
You see. So I believe it's really good if you, instead of investing time into relationships and investing time into dating, we are doing this, we are doing this, and all that. Charlie, try building yourself first.
Yes.
You get. So yeah.
And you said you've been the fact that you said you've been hearing that you shouldn't date for a long time, and yet you still ask that you love him now, you want to marry in the future. Doesn't that answer you?
Wait, so I think I understand what she's saying. I'm from experience.
Yes.
From experience.
You see, this is what I was saying. This Gen Z.
So before I said it in the last episode, before I met TeenTok, I was actually dating someone. You get, and I joined, and they were like, it was during a talk, it was during a relationship talk, and Atuke was like, you should not date for long. You get, and I was like, what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Hey, somebody that I love. I love this person. You get. And I actually felt like, at that point I felt like, Atu does not like me.
Yeah.
If you asked her to me and Atu, we had a fight for some time because I was like, he was always following me to break up with the person because he was like, Charlie. So when we had a one-on-one talk, I asked him, so you're still it? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Nice. Want to get married?
So you're going to get married the next 1 year. I was like, hey.
That's very true.
Hey, I
don't get married the next year.
Because obviously he wasn't dating for marriage.
I don't think so. Were you?
He was not.
I was in high school.
He was a child.
Yeah, I think
He
I
was
agree.
a child.
He was a child.
Yes, if you are still a child, but then you were even more of a child.
We thank God for how far He has brought you.
Honestly, we thank Him.
Yeah, so I stand in her shoes, not understanding why we can't date for long. You get, because me now I was like, I'll date and then we'll get married at 25. My marriage age is 25.
like my auntie's marriage age of last episode, she said 25.
25.
The previous question,
Yes, last episode.
So, yeah. But
You're planning. I feel like it's you're planning for the wrong things, honestly.
Yes, exactly.
You should plan. You not even plan on how you start. Financially stable is there. You not. How to build yourself.
Exactly. So we bring back to the point that Charlie, the time you're using to think about all these things, think about something else. Think about how you can move forward in life. Think about how you can build a relationship with God.
Exactly.
I also think the person has a problem being alone. So I think the person should sit down and grow personally. And then when you realize that, you've learned a lot, you've been able to understand a lot of things. When you get into the marriage, I mean, after some time, the honeymoon phase will be over. And it's just going to be you and your friend. And it's not going to be as sweet as it was before. And you need something to hold on to, which is obviously God and the sort of information and knowledge that you'll be able to use to grow yourself. So I think the person should really invest into
invest in your time. Invest in yourself.
I feel like you're just a waste of time. You know that if you know you want to marry him in the future, and if he also has the same thoughts to marry you in the future, wait till that future comes. When both of you have grown spiritually, grown emotionally, grown financially, you've grown to at least to an extent that you're okay enough to actually venture into marriage. When it's the right time to venture into marriage, then you can start dating. I believe that is when your future even comes. So you can start courtship. I would not say dating. That is where you want to actually. The reason for your dating is marriage, not because he's fine, because your friends are doing and you're all less. So I feel like she said earlier on, patience. You should if you think that your love is if it's genuine love, then you should have the patience to wait for him. If it's genuine love from his side, you should have the patience to wait for him till that time comes. So yes,
I believe the Bible talks about how God's timing is the best for us. He knows when and why something should happen. And my favorite verse, and there's this verse that I read. Because I'm nervous, I can't remember right now. But then it talks about how if it is meant to be, God will make it beautiful. You get it?
Do a quiet time. He used numbers as an excuse. Continue.
But anyways, yes. I just but yeah. So if right now you're thinking, you love him, so you want it to be, wait for him. You get it? If you love him, do you love him enough to wait for him? That is the question you're asking yourself. Do you love him enough to say, let's be friends for now? You get it? So if it's really what should happen, if it's really meant to be, it will happen.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, don't rush.
You don't rush.
You have a lot of time to be together. I mean, I don't think the reality has dawned on them that this is the person you're going to be staying with forever.
Ever.
Like
For the rest of
you bear this person rubbish, bear this person like the sweet side, the rubbish side, the annoying side. You have to bear it by yourself.
Exactly.
And you know, one thing about marriage, you can't take a married life outside and then start sharing it or whatever. Like maybe you did it before with your friendship and all that. But marriage is different. You can't take it outside. Any small thing, you run to your friends. Blah, blah, blah. Most people that do that kind of thing, you realize that marriage doesn't always go smoothly.
Yeah.
So you need to know, at least, do you even think you are wife material yet? Are you wife material yet? Do you think that you're in a position where you can maybe not just grow yourself, but you can also like take care of your partner, grow raise children.
Yes.
Like do you think you can actually do that? So you need to prepare yourself for all that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some people. There's this woman that said she wanted to know if she was ready for a child. She decided to take her sister's kids for like 1 day. I said, you're joking. You think it's 1 day? You're joking. These people are raising this children for until these people leave their house. You stay there for 1 day. You think because you bear 1 day, you can do it continuously.
Yeah.
Even if you shout for 1 day, say, oh yeah, I think I can do it. Can you do it? You don't know how long, like the patience you need to have, the kind of perseverance you need to have to continue this over and over again.
Build up yourself.
You were doing the same thing. Okay, doctor said they want to date and see what it's like before they get married.
That is the mentality a lot of people
I
have.
think that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Dating is completely different from the marriage. That's what I really think. Dating is all sweet and
And nowadays they
side
live
of
with
the
them
person.
inside. They say they don't live in the same house to see what it's like. That is even worse.
Why do that?
That is
You are
even worse.
testing.
You are
Testing
It's
like
an
you are
experiment.
trying the devil's hand there. You are
Trial
still,
and
the devil
error.
wants to tempt you on its own, but you are pushing him
Trial
and
and error.
telling him.
something that God has made beautiful. You want to test.
You want to test?
Test.
That's God. I know you did this, but let me see.
see.
Let me see small.
Let me saw.
Charlie.
Let me see if I like it.
No, it's actually very. If you realize that it's not very comfortable anymore. The fact that people think that you can use somebody's child anyhow because you want to use her as example. She now becomes he or she now becomes an example for you to test if you can enjoy a marriage or not. If this one doesn't work, you enter another one. You become your trial.
I believe this
Your mock
person. This
trial.
person has a lot of things to think about.
You have a lot to
Has
think
a lot of
about.
things to think about. Because Charlie, you can't just get up and say, "I love this person. This person is the one I'm going to marry. So let's go." Without thinking of what path you want to take, without thinking of what purpose you are going for. You get. David said in the previous episode that you really have to know your purpose in order to carry someone who is going for that same purpose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because if your purpose is here,
The purpose is there.
here.
You're supposed to work in
Have you,
harmony.
Together.
have you seen a pastor playing football with training to be a footballer? Charlie.
Even if you have seen, at least he
You
knows that he's able to plan for that.
So Charlie, you really have to think about a lot of things before you actually think of settling down with someone.
Yes.
You cannot just get up and say, I want to settle down, or I want to fantasize. I want to fantasize how our life would look like in the future, because that's how it is. That's basically how it is. As you're dating, you're thinking, hey, we will have so and so children. I'll be driving this car,
I'll name
and then
him
I'll be
this.
sitting with you, and you'll be
I'm
like,
naming
buying
this.
this.
I have seen people. I saw one of my friends. She and her, I don't know, her boyfriend. Were now busy talking about what they would name their children.
Hey.
It was funny at
I've
first,
been there.
but then I'm like,
I've been there.
what you would name your children? No, for me, I have thought about what I would name my children, but not like I'm fantasizing about that with my book. The names I have picked are names that I have found interesting, like from the Bible, like even the name Tehila.
Yeah.
I feel I've researched what the name is.
That's
I'll be
nice.
like, I want to
Wow.
name my girl child that name. But then it's not as if I'm thinking of that.
You know, girl, anytime I'll say Tehila Kabash.
Actually,
She'll not
I
even
found
meet
it
you.
funny. Don't worry.
It's funny.
She'll not
It's
meet
funny.
you. I may not even be thinking. I've taken back my plan. It's not going to happen.
broken. Don't tell you an explanation.
So there are many things. I feel like you haven't thought about
Yeah.
everything you're supposed to. Let me to even ask you. You and your partner, are you both financially stable?
Yeah.
Are you emotionally stable? Are you mentally stable? Because
Spiritually
they are
stable.
spiritually
Spiritually
above
stable.
all things. Are you spiritually stable? Are you even physically stable? Let's ask you that. Answer that question. Like ask yourself that question. Do that self-examination and find out if you can even do it together. You are the person that you want to get married.
Yeah.
Ask yourself those questions. If you're stable enough that you think you can get married in the future, or you can start dating now to get married in the future. And your future, how long is that future going to be? Is it in 10 years? After 10 years, people say you cannot continue, you break up after 10 years.
I think people think they also have a way out.
Exactly.
You find they think that?
Yeah, I think people really think they have a way out.
Because you see, the thing with dating, you see, you can date somebody and when you're tired, then you leave.
Yeah.
Then you go and
So they
jump.
think
So they think that's how marriage
with
is.
marriage.
You get.
That's why I think many people now divorce is narrative.
Exactly.
Because in our mind, we're like, oh, but I can divorce the person if
Yeah.
I'm tired. You get. So, let's try and see
If I like
this person and see.
But if not, I mean, divorce
There's
is
this lady on the
What's the
set,
thing
she
that
has divorced.
what's the sin? Oh? Let's just put this straight.
Yeah.
That's and you can only remarry if your partner is dead. The Bible clearly says it.
I watch this movie that the lady, she has divorced 22 times.
22.
And that 22, she's getting married the 23rd time. Oh.
How old is she?
She's like, I think she was 50.
These
Getting
people have
married.
made dating and marriage play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't. They don't. They are
And
not.
marriage is something that I see as very sacred something.
Exactly.
So you cannot just
They don't see it like
just
that.
jump into did you even consider the children that you have? Like for you to leave, for me I feel like no matter what, I don't think I'm the kind of person that might even leave my relationship, my marriage, because do you think my children want to have to choose who they want to be with? That is something that even if you don't want to put it on yourself, think of your children as well. It's something that I don't want my children to go through. Do they have to, okay, now they have to start choosing if I want to go with mommy, not with me. It doesn't even help them mentally, because now some of them cannot focus on school because their parents are now some of them will even have problems. My parents are divorcees. Exactly.
I believe now we can jump to the solution to the question.
So yes, we are going to jump to the solution to the question. So what's the solution? Let me ask you.
Well, start from the new person.
I am the
want you
host.
to go first.
Oh,
I am the host.
just cut me off
I
guard.
will
Just cut me
start
off
who I
guard.
want to start. And you
cut me off
were the one that mentioned it. So why
Just
are you
cut me off
stressing?
guard, auntie. Okay, sorry.
What's the
Anyways,
solution?
what I think this person should do is really, I personally, I'll be very honest with you right now. I believe
It's honest.
What did I say?
Honest.
I'll be very honest with you. You know, sometimes I want to sound like a Gambian. I'll be very honest with you right now. Yeah. I think you should really be friends instead of starting a relationship. Yeah. You get. It's easier to get married to a friend than to start a relationship right now and go. That means the trials in marriage, you've already tasted them right now. So when you enter
So marriage is not very precious anymore.
It's not very precious. You're just there. Just there.
It becomes, what they put it, boring. And then they leave the marriage.
Yeah, you get. So Charlie, I believe save the best for the last. So let's say save the best. So let's say save the best for the last.
Yes, you can say that.
Save the enjoyment. Don't enjoy it now.
Charlie, your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah, so I relax. I believe you should relax and don't think about marriage right now. Yes, so yeah, that's my.
Think
that's what I
about your
see.
purpose, your life purpose, what God puts you here to do. Because if there's one thing I want to believe, God not put you here for you to get married.
Hey.
Even if He did, I feel like somebody always said that we're always born with somebody, as in like someone you're supposed to get married to. I don't think so. I feel like some people were not born with a partner. Some people are supposed to be single. I feel like I'm one of them.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
auntie.
I don't think everybody was born to have partners. But even if everyone was born to have partners, that partner is going to come at a particular time when it is the right time, God's timing. So before that time comes, put your mind on, building yourself in every aspect of your life. Try to build that. Your partner too, if he feels the same thing, if that person really does love you and wants to marry you, he will do the same. He will have the patience to wait.
Yeah.
I just want to believe he's not the one that is pressuring you to get for that thing there. Because if he's the one, he does not love you enough. I won't say he doesn't love you, but he does not love you enough for that. So lecture him. So Natasha.
Yeah, so I really agree with what he said. And I also think that the person should get a shepherd.
Yeah.
Someone who has gone through this whole marriage process, your pastor or your reverend or someone who has gone through this whole thing, to really sit down and talk to you. Like ask, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Wow.
How do I sit down and actually decide that no, I'm not focusing on just marriage for the rest of my life. I want to fulfill my purpose first. How do I do this? I think the person should really get a shepherd.
Yeah.
That's all I can
should.
say.
Very important.
Yeah, that's very important.
You should get someone that will make. I feel like I don't know. They call some of them marriage counselors.
Yeah.
You get the marriage counsel, even if you're not married yet.
Yeah.
But maybe you should be called to go counselors, whatever, marriage counselors. Go to those people, let them like help you, because I believe whether or not you cannot do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You really cannot do it by yourself. Not just about God being there with you. You need someone that has gone through those kind of things. Whether it was their mistakes that taught them or just experience in general, go to those people and like ask them, let them educate you, let them help you in areas that you feel like you're stuck. If you're, like I said before, if your partner also genuinely loves you, take him along or her along. Let's do it together. Focus on yourselves personally. Then if when the time comes, if you are supposed to get married, if you realize you're supposed to get married, like you realize that this person has the same purpose as you, then you get married and then build your purpose, build yourself together, raise your children together in the right way. I'm talking like a marriage counselor.
And I also think that the person should talk to God.
Yes,
I think that is something that people feel like they cannot do. It's like, oh, there's something that I'm always supposed to do. But then I think the person should really talk to God. Because God listens to us. And you might feel like, oh, it's a silly thing. God will not listen to me or tell me what to do. But tell God. He'll definitely send someone to come and help you. He's like that. Yeah, so really talk to God.
And please do it open-minded. Don't go there with it's a made-up mind. Because you don't hear God there. Because you've already made up your mind that, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. So if God's talking to you, that thing has already built up the world. God's word is just hitting it. It's not going to go through.
About the God, there was I think a couple months ago I was going through something and then I spoke to God about it. And then in my mind I was like, oh, God didn't even say anything to me. You get? And so next day I was like, oh Charlie, what's going on? But then the next morning someone called me and said, oh, I feel this high urge to check up on you. I don't know what's going on, but what's wrong? What you get? That's when it came to me that Charlie, God has different ways of answering prayers. That's different ways of speaking to us. Very intentional, you get. So don't think that speaking to God about certain thing is what's the word you used again?
God is intentional.
Yeah. No. Anyways, don't think.
Science student stuff.
Don't think.
Your vocabulary is not very advanced.
I don't know. It's okay, let's go.
I think she has something against science.
I don't have things against.
I think she really has something against science.
Don't start this conversation.
Most of my friends are science students.
Then let's move on.
Broken. Don't tell you an explanation.
Hello, welcome back to the TeenTok show brought to you by TeenTok on Paradise TV. I'm your host, they're panelists. Yeah, that's it.
Let me turn my cup to show that I'm serious.
Send it back.
Really? The cup will answer the questions.
Thank you.
Share. This head is giving space for them. Let's go.
Okay. Okay then. That's what he believes. So,
please remind me of the rules, please.
The rules of the game is when I ask a question, the first person to clap gets a chance to answer the question. If it's correct, you get your points. The person with the highest points wins. And then you get whatever gifts that comes your way.
Okay, sure. Is there a specific way to clap? Or?
Just clap.
Sure.
Why you clap?
Okay.
But please let it be loud enough so that at least you can hear who claps first.
Sure.
Let's go.
Good. So, the first section. First section is the academic section. Academic questions, yeah. So the first question is, which is the only body part that is fully grown from birth? Together. So let me give you a chance since you're from Ghana.
The heart.
Wrong. So
The eyes.
the eyes is the question, but no, that doesn't get you points.
Well, it's extra point.
That doesn't say that.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Exactly. So 0 for both of them. So moving to the next question. Where is the strongest human muscle located?
I mean, what is it?
Okay, the question.
The jaw. Abi?
Yes, that's correct. It is located in the jaw. So the next question. What is the capital of Canada?
What?
What?
Capital is Ottawa. Yes, that's the capital.
Sure.
Although I intended to something else. Okay, so apparently they both lost. Okay, no, he won actually.
I won.
So
I think you should add another one.
I won.
he won for this one. So this has come to the end of the show.
Wow.
So from TeenTok Gambia and Paradise TV, we say bye.
Bye.
And we need you to survive.
Broken. Don't tell you an explanation. broken. Don't owe you an explanation.